Welcome to the presentation of Sage Accpac end-to-end products. Today I will show you how you can achieve 360 degrees of end-to-end efficiency using the Sage Accpac ERP products. This recording that you're about to see is meant to give you an overview of the standard features of Accpac end-to-end products. It is not intended to serve as the sole basis for your purchasing decision. Our focus at Sage is to help our customers run their businesses more efficiently, helping them to gain greater insight into their business activities and providing them with lasting benefits by automating their business processes. The Sage Group plc is our parent company that was established in 1981. It has 5.4 million customers worldwide and over 13,000 employees to support these customers. Our products are supported by 23,000 resellers and 40,000 accountants. Sage is a publicly traded company on the London Stock Exchange, and it's the only technology stock on the FTSE 100. Accpac was acquired by Sage in 2004. It was founded in 1979 and has over 580 employees to support its over 500,000 registered customers worldwide. Now let's dive into the products and solutions that will help you achieve 360 degrees of efficiency in your business. Over the next several slides, I will talk about end-to-end and what it means to your business. Today's businesses use many different software systems to run areas of their front office and back office. What I've found is that these systems typically work independently of each other and don't easily share information. This requires you and your staff to rekey or duplicate data in multiple systems. And basically what I'm getting at is the lack of efficiency and time you spend managing your data from your front office to your back office when you should be spending that time and energy focusing on your business. Well, the answer is end-to-end. End-to-end is when all of your systems are talking to each other and sharing information from the front office to the back office. This will reduce the amount of time that you will need to spend managing your data and give you more time to focus on your business. A lot of people think integration is simply importing and exporting data from one system to another. What it should be is smart, instant, bidirectional integration to the accounting foundation. This should include product integration, business-to-business integration, and even web or wireless integration. Now, once you have all of your systems integrated, integration doesn't stop there within your four walls. Integration can be extended out to effectively communicate with your customers, employees, suppliers, or anyone that you need to interact with. Through web and wireless technology, information can be gathered or sent to everyone you communicate with and have it fully integrated back to your system. At Sage Software, we believe in the freedom of choice, and when you choose Accpac ERP, you have the option of multiple editions that will help you scale to the growth of your business and a choice of operating system or database to deploy your system on. What's unique to Accpac is the web deployment and multi-language capabilities that will help grow your business globally. After gathering all of the data from all of your systems, you'll want to make sense of it so you can effectively manage your business. Sage provides on-demand analytical reporting that allows you to easily understand your data, and you can slice and dice the information to help you make those critical business decisions. At this point, I want to walk you through the day in the life of a fully integrated company. From the customer's experience to fulfillment and customer care, you will see how much more efficient your business can be. We'll first start off in the sales order process, where customers can purchase products from you. Customers typically can purchase from you by making a phone call to you and taking the order manually, faxing in the orders to you, walking into your retail outlet if you have a retail outlet, or in today's world, customers now have the opportunity of purchasing from you through the internet, through your e-commerce storefront. What we're looking at here is an e-commerce storefront fully integrated with Accpac ERP. This e-commerce storefront allows your customers to navigate through your products, select those products that they're looking for purchase. Customers can easily add products to their shopping cart. The benefit of having an e-commerce system is that it allows your customers to take advantage of shopping from you anytime and anywhere, regardless of where they are in the world or in North America. Basically, your customers can add to the shopping cart, whether that's Saturday night, Sunday night, or any time that your business is not usually open. This gives them the ability to purchase when it's convenient for them. Now, if you already have existing customers, those customers that I typically call your AR customers, accounts receivable customers, you will want to allow them to make purchases from you over the internet also. Instead of having them call your order desk to make those purchases, again, they might want to purchase whether that's Friday night or in sometime in the evening to make those purchases and know that they're going to be delivered tomorrow. They simply need to just log in. And what I'm going to do is log in as one of my existing customers, Ronald Black. And when your customers log in, the main key thing that they're going to get is their price list. So if they already have a negotiated price with you, or they already have a contract price, or maybe they just get a discount, that price would be reflected in their total. So for that fluorescent desk lamp, where it was $42.55 as the list price, they get it for $38.30. So we're going to go through that shopping cart view, and we're going to just go through the checkout process. Now what I want to do is just increase the quantities for Ronald Black. Because Ronald Black wants to make these purchases, but he wants to order 7 of those fluorescent desk lamps and 14 mini bulbs. If you needed to, you can also give your customers the opportunity to enter in promotional codes or coupons. And in this case here, we don't have any, so we're just going to continue on to the checkout process. Typically entering in their information, which this is our existing customer, all that information is stored in Accpac, and that information is integrated back into the web storefront for us. And this does make life a lot easier for your customers for entering in this information. The next step prompts your customers to select a shipping method. Shipping methods can be configured into your web storefront, as well as integrating into any third-party shipping programs. The last step gives your customer the total order and prompts your customer to enter in the payment method. Customers can be given different payment methods. In this case, I have billed my credit card, so the customer can enter in a credit card number. And again, since this is my existing customer, I'm going to allow this customer to enter this or put this on their account. In this case, I simply need to provide a purchase order number, but not required, and submit that order. I could also enter in special instructions if needed. When the order is generated, your customer will be given a web order number. This is their order number to track their order from the beginning until they receive their order. Your customers can continue to shop, print out this order, and look up their account information if needed. Account information gives your customer the ability to look up their existing invoices, whether they paid them or not, and gives them the opportunity to pay those invoices online. Then again, allows them to view their transactions and all their payment history. Orders can also be looked up, so the same order that I just made for Mr. Ronald Black, I can quickly look up that order. Now, if Mr. Ronald Black or any of your customers have issues with any of their orders or any issues with their accounts, they can quickly send you an email instead of having to call you and get a quick response from you. In this case, Mr. Ronald Black is going to send an email about an order that he did not receive. Now this allows your customers to communicate with you again when it's convenient for them. Your customer receives a notification notifying them that that issue that they just emailed in has been received and is logged. And right here in the subject line, it indicates the log number. Now, if you don't get back to them within a timely manner, they can simply follow up with you, and they have a case reference number to contact you about. At this point, I'll go into your order department or your accounting department and look at how we're going to process that web order we just received. Your web orders are fully integrated back into your accounting system. I can review my web orders by launching my order entry screen and finding that order that we just processed. Here I can verify the customer information, their order quantities, and then when I'm satisfied, I can send it down to the warehouse for picking. When you're ready to send it down for picking and shipping, you simply need to post this order. In most traditional warehouse setups, you would typically print this off and send that copy down to the warehouse for picking. In this case, we have it integrated to a warehouse management system, WMS, and typically we don't have to print the orders. The orders are sent down to the warehouse electronically so that it can be easily tracked, monitored, and picked without having to lose any paper invoices. The web-deployed portal gives your warehouse manager the advantage of having visibility into the warehouse from anywhere and anytime. This will give your manager the ability to look into the warehouse even while they're at home. So whether they're looking at the second shift to see how that second shift is performing to get critical orders out. In this view, we can see all the orders and their different stages. We can review the orders that are waived, orders that are sent down to the picking floor for picking, orders that are waiting to be sent down to the floor for picking, so orders that are ready to waive. We can also pivot different views. I can look at all my orders by customer numbers and review all of them that way. I can set up filters and even group my orders by handles or look at them by products. At the top I have alerts, and alerts are things you can set up to notify your warehouse manager of critical orders that need to be sent out. In this case here I have a top customer orders. So these are my valued customer that I need to send orders out to right away. I have EDI orders. Again, these are critical orders that need to be out right away. And then I have rush orders, and these are for those customers who require or maybe pay an additional fee to get their orders shipped to them a little bit faster. Let's take a look at our top customer orders. Here we have 2 orders from Ronald Black's. We'll take a look at Mr. Ronald Black's account, and we'll find that web order 13, the one we created through the e-commerce system, was brought through to our accounting system, then was sent down to our warehouse management system for shipping. You can review the web order number 13, look at the products that are on that order, and actually know exactly what the status is for each one of those items. So looking at this, I know we have to pick the fluorescent desk lamps from bin A1A1. And the bin location is a physical location in your warehouse. At this point, we'll go down to the warehouse floor to look at what my warehouse workers are doing. We'll see how they use their handheld device to pick and process their orders in the most efficient way possible. Here's an example of the scanning device that they would be using when they're walking through your warehouse to pick their products. If you're someone who hires temporary staff or constantly have difficulty managing new employees, this device will help eliminate some of that. Basically, it allows your users, as long as they can read and write, read the prompts off the handheld display, and then from there, follow the instructions to the correct products, pick the products, and put them in the correct containers and orders to have them shipped out. They simply walk over to the products and the cartons and scan in the carton labels or the order labels, and then scan in the product labels at the bin location. To start picking, your warehouse personnel simply pick up their handheld device, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on screen, or what that screen would look like within the square box. Typically they would pick up that handheld device, log in, and then select the options that they need to execute. In this case here, we're going to go through the picking and packing option 4, and then the picking option number 1. We can select the order that we want to pick and enter in that order number. We'll confirm that we want to pick this and press F2 to start picking. At this point, the handheld device will guide the users to the appropriate location to pick that product. In this case, the handheld device is letting my users know to go to bin location A1A1 and pick the fluorescent desk bulb. Now what I would do at this point, if I had the handheld scanner, is scan in that item from the barcode label on the bin location. Since I don't have the scanner available to me, or I can't show you this over this recording, what I'm going to do is just simply enter in the item number. And then I would normally scan in the order number or the carton number that I need to enter this into. When I've completed that one item picking, it's going to prompt me to go to the next bin location, which is A1C1. And then here I have to pick the exact same item again, the A1-103/0 item. The reason for this is that I have multiple pack sizes. I keep some in a 6-pack and I keep some in single packs. Why I do this is that I separate my bins so I don't have issues of broken cartons. Typically what happens if I did not have the system, my users would go to the closest bin, and if it was the 6-pack bin and they only needed 1 or 2 items, they would break that open, take the 2 items, and then it makes a mess of my physical inventory. So let's go ahead and pick this one item. We're going to scan it in. And here I'm going to scan in the order that I'm going to place it in, and then enter in the quantity. So it's quantity of 3, and they're 2 packs. And now it's going to prompt me to go to the next item. But before I do that, I want to show you the visibility into the warehouse that the warehouse manager has to the warehouse. We'll go back to our web order dispatch screen, and here you can look at that original order, web order 13, that's being worked on right now. If you refresh that, you'll notice that the status of the orders changes. For the fluorescent desk lamp, we can see that they've been picked already. This is great for those of you who need visibility into the warehouse whenever a customer calls and wants to know if their critical orders are being shipped right away. This gives you indication of where that order is and if you can meet that 3 o'clock deadline. I can see that we're halfway through the order and we still have 2 more items to go. Let's go back to the picking process and complete that. So we're going to pick the A1105 item and put it into the same bin. And now we go to the last item, B1C1, and again, same thing. We're going to pick 105 and put it into our order. And this one's a pack size of 6, and I need 2 6-packs. And I've completed all of my picking, and at this point it asks me if I want to assemble at the next wave. This is good. I can continue to pick, add more sales orders, and continue to pick those sales orders. The benefit of using this system is that my warehouse personnel can pick multiple orders at a time. So instead of cycling through that warehouse one time for one order, they can cycle through that warehouse and pick 3 to 4 or even more orders at a time. And when they get to the end of their picking, they have picked 3 to 4 or more orders. So at this point, I do not want to pick anymore, and I will sign off the system. And we'll just double check with the web dispatch screen to ensure that we've picked everything. Let's go back to the accounting department where I'll show you that order completed and show you how we would invoice that. So here's the order that we've just completed shipping. We have the shipping amounts here, and we can go ahead and invoice this. Additional to that, we can add any additional charges that we need to add to that customer before invoicing. Now, some of you might invoice in batches, so multiple orders at a time, and others may invoice individually. In this step here, I'm going to just invoice individually. This gives me my shipping number and my invoice number that I can email off to my customer, directly fax out of the system to my customers, or even send it to them by printing and even EDIing my order to my customer. And if you are a supplier who normally uses EDI, you might want to know that we have an EDI solution, Accpac Exchange, that will support your EDI needs. So instead of printing this out, invoice number 89, let's go ahead and look at that in our EDI system. Now, Accpac Exchange allows me to receive documents from my customers or from my vendors. I can also send out those documents back to my customers or vendors. In this example, I'm just going to show you how we can send out an existing invoice, invoice number 89, back to our customer. I'll retrieve all of my invoices and then select the ones that I want to send back to those customers. Now keep in mind this can be a fully automated system where invoices and documents can be sent out and received from your customers or your vendors and integrated back into your accounting system automatically. Let's select invoice number 89, but I could select multiple invoices if needed and export that out. This will create the compliant document that will be sent out back to the trading partner, whether that's an EDI document or an XML style document. Now let's take a look at how we can manage our customers' issues and questions through our CRM system. Sage CRM is a web-based system that allows your customer service reps to get information about your customers and manage information on your customers through a web environment. This allows your customer service rep to look at customer issues from anywhere at any time. It also allows your salespeople to have access to the system even while they're on the road. I'm logging in as Kylie Ward. Kylie Ward is one of our customer service reps that's going to look through some of the customer issues that she has with her customers. Kylie can look at all of the cases that she has to manage. This gives her a pipeline of where or what stage each case is in. A case can be thought of as an issue or a ticket number. Remember the one that Mr. Ronald Black sent back to us regarding the missing items? Well, in here, Kylie can look through all of the cases and look at each individual stages, so she can drill in on the ones that she's investigating right now, or look at all of her cases. Kylie also gets an indication of any new notification. This is basically done through something we call alerts, that alerts the users on events that take place that they need to attend to right away. In this instance, Kylie received a new case that she needs to look at. She can click through on that case and then look at all the additional information such as notes, communications, tracking, and any library documents that might have been added to this case. We can see that this is a brand new case, and there are some email communications that went back and forth. We can take a look at the email communication itself and look at the original email that Mr. Ronald Black sent. What is nice about this is that Kylie can now reply back to Mr. Ronald Black without having to open up Outlook or any other mail client to do that. If Mr. Ronald Black had a question or an issue regarding his account, we can take a look at that account. So if Mr. Ron Black decided to call in, or any of your customers call in, you can take a look at their account information, get information on their accounts receivable, review a list of their transactions, get the details of those transactions, and if you want to provide access to your customer service rep, you can even give them access to your AR invoice in your accounting system. Again, if your customer was calling for any credit information, you can quickly look that up and decide if they can get a new credit increase. CRM is a highly configurable tool that allows you to add different levels of security and restrictions to your users, giving them access to different areas or locking out access to different areas, whether that's your customer service rep or your salespeople or anyone in your management team. Let's take a look at that salesperson's experience using CRM. In this case, instead of using CRM through the web browser, I'm going to change my interface and use it through Outlook. In Outlook, I've logged in as Susan May, who's one of my sales reps. Now, Susan can take a look through her emails, look through any of the emails that she's received in the past. She has an email from Ronald Black that indicates that he needs some help. Well, Susan knows she's going to be away for a few days, but she does need someone to have access to that email. Instead of emailing it off to someone and hoping that they would get it, she can actually tag this email to Mr. Ronald Black's CRM account, and that's simply done by filing this email. What this does is help centralize your email communication in your organization so that teams of people can share information and do a better, more efficient job without having anything fall between the cracks. Susan can even launch her CRM right within Outlook. The advantage of this is now Susan does not have to manage two different systems, Outlook and CRM. Susan can simply just use this within one single interface. She can look at her dashboard, look at her calendar, contacts, leads, and all of this information is synchronized with the information in Outlook. For example, if Susan wanted to add a reminder, she can quickly do that in CRM or in Outlook and have those synchronized. So let's add a quick appointment to pick up documents from ABC today at 4:30. This adds this meeting into CRM in 4:30 so Susan can look at this anywhere using a web browser, or Susan also has the ability to look at this on her personal calendar. Susan can review her opportunities the same way you would review cases. And of course, her dashboard gives her a quick look at everything that she's working on. Now that we've collected a lot of data from our various systems, we want to be able to take all of that data and create meaningful information so we can better manage our organization. The tool that we're going to use to do this is Accpac Insight. Accpac Insight is an Excel-based reporting tool that gives you true business intelligence reporting. Here I can group my reports together into meaningful areas, or take this report and split it out into areas just for those users. For instance, if I wanted to look at all of my financial information, I can take all of the data and create a key indicator that gives me information at my fingertips. On top of that, I can take all of that data and create a dashboard look and feel of it. If we take a look at the income statement, one of the highlights of Insight is the ability to drill down and slicing and dice your data. In here, I can take any one of these figures, so that $4.8 million amount, and then drill back on that to look at the details behind that $4.8 million of sales. I can take a look at my account divisions, and as you can see, my report is divided into my 3 divisions: my head office, commercial, and retail operation. Again, if I want, I can continue to drill down on any of these amounts to get to the details that I'm looking at. Let's take a sales report that ties a lot of the Insight functionality together. On top of providing key performance indicators for my sales performance, I can take a look at my cost of sales report. This is a really nice report because it shows me the cost of sales for all of my customers. Here I've added a chart that charts out all of the data, and I've also added in a drop-down list. That drop-down list allows me to view my data and my chart in different dimensions. I'll take a look at my sales report by salespeople and do a quick refresh of that data. Now I can see that exact same report, but this time I've sliced it out by salesperson. I can then take any one of those salespeople, especially if I'm sitting in a meeting with salespeople, I can look at all of their numbers and on the fly drill down on any one of their figures, getting additional data behind that. So that $23,000 amount, I can drill in on that and look at all the customers that Bill's been selling to, and look at all the items that Bill's been selling. And here you can see how I can get to my data to understand the performance of my salesperson, Bill. All of this functionality that I've just showed you can be applied to any type of data that you're looking at, whether that's your accounting system data or your non-accounting system data. So what's next? If you would like to get more information on how this product can address your critical business issues, you can contact your local solution provider. If you do not know who your local solution provider is, and you're an existing Sage customer, then you can call 1-877-237-5786. If you are not currently using Sage software product, or you're a customer for Simply Accounting, then you can call 1-877-237-5790. On behalf of Sage Software, I'd like to thank you for previewing our products.